So another thing that we're gonna do today is we're gonna work on making a pine needle soda. And we're gonna use this bottle here, and you're gonna use water and sugar or honey. We're gonna use honey for mine. So this is gonna be like a natural fermentation. We're gonna use the yeast that naturally comes on the pine needle leaves. And we're gonna use that. This is gonna sit up for 3 to 7 days. It makes a good non-alcoholic drink, as it ferments rather quickly, so it's not gonna be something super alcoholic. But then again, the longer you leave something sitting, the more it becomes, right? So we're gonna go find, ooh, this moved. We're gonna go find some good pine needles to put in here, and then we'll demonstrate how to make it and then tell some facts about it. I think I just noticed we had some cypress trees out here. I've seen 2 so far, but that's not the tree I'm looking for. I'm looking for, I see one, a pine that is short enough for me to collect some pine needles off of. Here's some. I have collected some pine needles. Now, if you look closely, I don't know if you could tell on camera, but if you're ever just out and about, look at your pine needles. Woo! If you see this little white film on it, that's going to be your natural yeast, and that's what we're going to do or use to create this pine needle soda. But I think I decided for this particular case, I'm going to go around front and collect some mint and then add that into it too. Now this naturally on its own has a it's comparable to a Sprite. It's very citrusy. It's got like a kind of like a minty hue to it, or tint, however you want to describe it. It feels very refreshing when you drink it or try it. We're gonna collect a couple of leaves. This is actually spearmint, but it's gonna serve the same purpose. And as you know, your mints are really good as digestive aids. They settle the stomach, they help with headaches. Check out the fruit that's growing. If you didn't know, the tomato is a fruit. So now we've collected some mint leaves. This particular variety is spearmint that my son actually picked out and bought for Alex to help keep the wasp away. Mint is really good for settling the stomach. I lived off of this stuff while I was pregnant with my son, Parrish. And it's good for helping with migraines and headaches. Okay, so now we have our pine needles, our spearmint, water, and honey, right? So this stuff, the combination is really good for hormone health. It's good for mental clarity. It's good for digestive health. It's got a number of things that it's really good for. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in some of our needles. And you're gonna want to like make sure you rinse off your needles just to make sure that you ain't got no bugs or something in them. But you want to keep the white yeasty stuff that's on the leaves or on the needles. So that is your yeast, and that's what we're gonna do to create a natural fermentation. So typically, if you're gonna make a pine needle soda, you can that's all you really need. But I was feeling a little crafty today, so we're gonna add in some spearmint, which is good for headaches and digestive health. Add in some water. And all I had on hand was this bottled water, but if you've got access to purified water, definitely use that. This is purified water, but you know what I mean. Something not out of a plastic bottle. All right, so when you are filling these up, you want to make sure that you leave at least an inch or so of space from the top, because as it ferments, it's going to rise. And like I said, you don't want it overflowing, as it's going to naturally want to, if you don't burp it, sometimes they'll just explode. So you're going to add your little bit of honey in here. And remember, the yeast off of the pine needles is going to eat the sugar. We're substituting sugar for honey. Just like so. Don't mind the dog barking. He's in timeout. We're gonna put this up here and give it a little shake. Be sure to get that honey down in there. And there may be other people that do it in a different kind of order, but for the sake of this video, did it this way. And I'm just trying to get that honey to come down in there. Look how pretty that is, though. There we go. Now look closely. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. I will try, but look. I don't know if you can tell from here. Let's see. Let me turn it. You see those little tiny bubbles? See them? It's already working. The yeast is eating that honey. And you see the bubbles forming at the top? You want to make sure to keep this in a dark place, out of sunlight, and you're going to want to burp it every day. Because that builds up some pressure. It's building carbonation. So the end result of this is going to be like a very citrusy, minty, carbonated natural beverage. It's got a number of really good things about it. And it's something easy that you can make right there in your own yard.